Tuesday. Even though Truck let me off of the hook last night, Mom wasn't done with me yet. She wasn't really that mad about the joke or how I treated Truck. She was just mad that I lied about it. So Mom told me she'll ground me for a month if she catches me lying again. And that means I better watch my step, because Mom is not gonna forget what she said. When it comes to my screw-ups, Mom had a memory like an elephant. Last year, Mom caught me lying, and I paid for a price for it. Mom made a gingerbread house a week before Christmas, and she put it on the top of the refrigerator. She said nobody was allowed to touch it until Christmas Eve dinner. But I couldn't help myself, so every night I'd sneak downstairs and pick off a little piece of the gingerbread house. I tried to only eat a tiny piece of each time so Mom wouldn't notice. It was really hard to limit myself to one gumdrop or one little crumb for gingerbread each night, but I managed to do it anyway. I didn't know how much I had actually eaten until Mom took it down of the fridge on Christmas Eve. When Mom assured me of eating all the candy, I denied it. But I wish I just fessed up right away, because that fib totally backfired on me. Mom had just gotten hired to write a parenting column for the local newspaper, and she was always looking for material. So that instant pretty much made me into a local celebrity. You know, now that I think about it, Mom isn't exactly squeak clean when it comes to being honest with herself. I remember when I was a kid and she found out I wasn't brushing my teeth every night. She faked a call to the dentist's office, and that call is the reason why I still brushing my teeth 4 times a day. Friday. Well, it's been 3 days and I've kept my promise to Mom. I've been 100% honest the whole time, and believe it or not, it's not that hard. In fact, it's kind of liberating. I've been in a couple of situations already where I was a lot more honest than I would have been a week ago. For example, the other day, I had a conversation with this neighborhood kid named Sean Snella. And yesterday, Rowdy's family had a birthday party for his grandfather. Most people don't seem to appreciate the person as honest as me, so don't ask me how George Washington ever got to be president. Sunday. Today, I answered the phone and it was Miss Gilman from the PTA looking for Mom. I tried to hand her the phone, but she whispers for me to tell Miss Gilman that she wasn't home. I couldn't tell if Mom was trying to trick me into lying or what, but there was no way I was going to break my honesty streak over something as dumb as this. So I made Mom go out of the front porch before I said a word to Miss Gilman. And from the look Mom gave me when she came back in the house, I kind of get the feeling she's not gonna hold me to that honesty pledge anymore. Monday. Today was Carrier Day at school. They have Carrier Day every year to get us kids to start thinking about our future. They brought in a bunch of adults who had all these different jobs. I think the idea is that us kids will find out about a job we like, and then we'll know what we want to be when we grow up. But what really happens is that you just find out which job to do out. After the presentation, we had to fill out these questionnaires. The first question was, where do you see yourself in 15 years? I know exactly where I will be in 15 years. In my pool, at my mansion, counting my money, but there weren't any check boxes for that option. The Questionnaires are supposed to predict what kind of job you are going to have when you grow up. When I was finished, I looked up my job on the chart and I got clerk. Well, there must be something wrong with the way they set these forms up, or something, because I don't know any clerks who are billionaires. Some other kids were unhappy with the jobs they end up with too, but the teacher said we shouldn't take these things too seriously. Well, try telling that to Edward Mealy. Last year he got a sanitation worker on his job chart, and the teachers have been treating him different ever since. Riley got nurse on his job chart, and he seemed pretty happy about it. A couple of girls got nurse too, and they were chatting away with Riley after class. Next year, I have to remember to sit next to Riley and copy his job form so I can get in on some of that action. Saturday, me and Roderick were just sitting around the house today, so Mom sent us over to Grandma's to rake her leaves. Mom said she'd pay us $100 in mop bucks for each bag we filled. Plus, Grandma said she'd give us hot chocolate after we were finished. I really didn't feel like working on a Saturday, but I needed the cash. Besides, Grandma makes really awesome hot chocolate, so we got some rakes and plastic bags from our garage and headed down to Grandma's house. I took one side of the yard, and Roderick took the other. But 10 minutes into the job, Roderick came over and told me I was doing everything all wrong. Roderick said I was putting way too many leaves in each bag, and that if I just tied the bag closer to the bottom, I could get down a lot quicker. See, now, this is the kind of advice you are supposed to get from your older brother. After Roderick showed me that trick, we went through bags like nobody's business. In fact, we ran out in half an hour. Grandma didn't seem too happy about forking over the hot chocolate when we came inside. But like they say, a deal is a deal.